Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. The worst of the Superman movies and one of the worst superhero movies, period. It's surprising how bad it really is. It fails on every level. It fails as a superhero movie, it fails as an action movie, it fails as a campy 80s comedy, and it fails at trying to be smart. The film tries to be smart, but instead says idiotic things that everyone knows are wrong. There is actually a scene where Superman says that the reason for the Cold War and the one thing preventing world peace is the fact that people have nuclear weapons. So he decides that getting rid of all the world's nuclear weapons will create world peace. Of course, anyone who has a fully functional brain knows that this would not do anything and that everyone would be inventing all new weapons to use against each other. Also, Lex Luthor says that the sun is a big ball of radiation. If the writers actually listened to any science lessons they had in preschool, they would know that it's hot plasma interwoven with magnetic fields. The plot is really overcomplicated. There are way too many subplots that go nowhere and have no resolution whatsoever. At times they also literally rip off scenes they did in previous movies, like the entire flying sequence from the first film, and even when Superman wipes out Lois Lane's memory with his memory wiping kiss. Also, when Clark jumps off the building bringing Lois Lane with him, when he turns into Superman while wearing Clark's glasses, she thinks it's Superman and doesn't twig onto the fact that it was Clark all along. There is an entire scene played for laugh, which is one of the most unfunniest and overused cliches ever. You know that scene that they use all the time in different shows and stuff, where someone has planned to do more than one thing at the same time with someone, so they have to go back and forth so no one's unhappy? Yeah, they used that in this film. Superman plans to have a double date with Lois Lane, some new woman they add in called Lacey, and Clark Kent all at the same time. So he has to go back and forth as Superman and Clark so everyone's happy. They couldn't have just said neither of them could go, or that Superman couldn't make it because, I don't know, he was actually saving the world. No, they just give us this boring scene that goes nowhere and is interrupted by Lex Luthor copying that frequency that only Superman could hear bit that he did in the first film. The villain is called Nuclear Man, and god does he suck. Do you know what really doesn't surprise me about this film though? Even before the release, Christopher Reeve knew the film was gonna suck. It's almost as if he could see into the future. Anyway, Superman 4 is really bad, and as there's nothing really left to say that hasn't already been said by countless other people, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll give it 0.5 out of 5.